Let's go.
Go for it.
Yep. And here.
Bit of clutch slip. That's really cool. It's making me feel nervous, even though I'm not even behind. Truly on the bike, but yeah, first, second, third, fourth, fifth through the top of St Ninian's Crossroads into sixth gear and down Bray Hill. Got to be one of the scariest bits on the track. You know, it's you never really know how the bike's going to react at all down there. It's the bike's a real handful down there, and over I goes leap over the second jump, and then down where in towards Quarterbridge where the road narrows. I have a little blip of the throttle over that little crossroads, right down into first gear. Got to be really careful around Quarterbridge. It's very slippy, especially on the first lap with full tank of fuel and new tyres. But yeah, accelerate hard out of Quarterbridge up towards Braddan Bridge up to fifth gear, then back down to second gear. It's the first left-hander on the track, so got to be really careful through that, left and then right and past the church, and accelerate hard now out of Braddan Bridge on towards Union Mills. Yeah, fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth gear. Little left kink here that's taken flat out, a little rise in the road edge, get a little bit of wheelie through there normally, and back down into fourth gear for into Union Mills. Super, really important corner this to get a good entry into here. Get on the power as hard as you can and early as you can, because it's a great big long uphill drag now all the way up towards Glen Helen, so really important corner to get a good exit speed out of there. Up the hill, little wheelie there, a couple of little wheelies. There's a slight right kink here that's just taken flat out, which is quite easy. And this corner's a really scary one now. This is Barregarrow. Some people call it Ballagary, some people call it Glen Helen. But it's back to fifth gear. It's back to third gear there on the game, so it wouldn't be winning the race at that speed. But yeah, it's fifth gear on the superbike. Really high speed committed corner, and one where you've got to have big balls, should we say. Yeah, there's a little left kink through Crosby village. Normally taken in sixth gear, and an uphill drag up past the pub. A lot of spectators here on the right hand side, all in the pub enjoying themselves, having a beer or two while you're stressing racing. Double white lines in the road means we're going over a jump. There's a jump at Crosby. And this is one of the fastest bits of the track now. It's taken flat out in top gear, sixth gear, bike's revving at 13,800 RPM in towards Guthrie Castle. There's sort of two left-handers taken as one down into the left-right chicane of Guthrie Castle. So real good camber on the way in, good camber as you turn to the right, but then on the exit of the corner there's a negative camber as well, so it's quite a tricky bit on the exit. But we've got left, right through here, then on towards Guthrie Bridge. So I come around here in fifth gear, back down to third gear. You can see it's it's really futuristic. It's really, the graphics are perfect because you've got all the shadows, and this is what it would be like on the bike. The light strobing in your face. Sometimes quite difficult to see in that there because the sun's really low. And this is going through the Gorsley section, really fast right-hander. And then we're going down towards Ballacraine now. And then the severity of the track changes. It's much more technical now. It's a little bit slower speed, lower in the speed. I have my first pit board here on the left-hand side. There's a old Scottish guy there called Ian McIntosh. He's done it for years and years. He's always giving me the information, and I think we get there in about 3 minutes and 30 seconds or something. And normally I get a thumbs up if I'm going good. If I'm going bad, I get a thumbs down. So yeah, this is the left-hander Doran's Bend, where unfortunately Guy crashed there in the first race in 2017. But you can see it's much more technical, lots of blind corners. The edge of the road is nowhere to go at all. It's all walls, bankings on the side of the road, so it's quite difficult, quite a dangerous bit of the track as well. So up towards the Black Dove, sort of a tricky over left bridge with a negative camber on the exit, and long right-hander coming up towards Glen Helen. The first section's quite easy. This little left kink's quite fast, and then you've got to sort of slow it down now for this left third gear. And then this is the first commentary point on the track. The commentary box is up on the right hand side, so that's always, it's a great indicator to your team or your family that you've got there safely. This is up towards Sarah's Cottage, and then up through Lamfell onto the Cronk-y-Voddy Straight. Super important to get these little series of kinks right. It carries all your speed up onto the Cronk-y-Voddy, especially on an electric bike or the 600s, where you need to carry the speed and up onto the Cronk-y-Voddy here. Again, going through all them sections, it's quite physical, hard to change direction. This is a bit of a straight, bit of a chance to take a bit of a break, take some deep breaths, have a look at the temperature gauge, make sure everything's okay. Normally I go through the slow and through the O in the slow sign. Guy riding this bike's a little bit offline, but we'll give him that, he's learning. And then over these little kinks into the 11th milestone. Lovely bit of the track this, a right and left sort of natural chicane. It sort of opens up on the exit, like a double left on the way out of it, and then down towards Handley's Bends. Scary corner this one, big huge wall on the outside of it. As you're going up to it, it's like, ooh, you just see the wall on the right hand side. Definitely do not want to be in that wall. Whoa, that was a bit of a close one, close shave there. But this is coming to my corner, McGuinness's. They're proud to have a bit of a circuit named after me, you know. When I've been and gone, it'll still be McGuinness's, which will be really cool. There's a little jump here in the road, little wheelie jump there, and then this is towards top of Barregarrow. Again, back to 5th gear, just pitching in, get on the gas as early as you can, downhill and down towards one of the most scariest bits on the track, down to the bottom of Barregarrow. You're up to 6th and back to 5th, and it's just one of them corners where you sort of, as you're approaching it, you're like, no, and then bike bottoms out. You can hear sometimes the bodywork scraping along the ground, and bit of a trade-off, you know. You don't really want to be pushing too hard through there. It's dead easy to break an exhaust or bust some bodywork, so I tried to get through safely as I can and get through it. 13th milestone, again, double sort of left-hander, trying to take it as one. It's a nice undulation, nice camber as you hit the apex, but on the exit it's a little bit of a negative camber as you go over the crown in the road, so just got to be watching on the exit. Into Kirk Michael, we're getting now we'll get the sense of speed, super fast through here, dead bumpy on the way down. Short shift, 3rd, 4th, 5th, into 6th. Little yellow line comes into view now, yellow line there, wheelie down the hill. Through this left, right, left chicane, you see the yellow line, the yellow line, the yellow line. There's always a manhole here, there's a manhole just there, which is always tricky. Can't really avoid it as well, up towards Raincullen. Little 4th gear wheelie. And then get turning to the right and then to left, but get the bike straight. As soon as you get the bike straight, takes off there. There's a bit of a wheelie jump there as well. So you've got 4th gear, 5th gear, into 6th gear through Bishop's Court. I mean, this is the part of the track where when you really know where you're going, your bike's handling, you know, you feel confident, you can make up loads of time through here. But to go through this bit of the track, you wouldn't believe it'd be flat out, but it is. It's 185, 190 mile an hour. This little left-right kink towards Alpine Cottage. Physical as well, you've got to steer at the balls of your feet, and all the bike wants to do is go in a straight line, but you've got to wrestle it through there. Get a little bit of a rest now on a little bit of a straight towards Ballaugh Bridge, sort of coming up to halfway around the track. Real fast approach, down the gears from 6th gear to 1st gear for one of the famous bits of the track, Ballaugh Bridge. I don't particularly enjoy it, just got to get over it, get the wheels back on the ground. As soon as your wheels on the ground you can get accelerating and away you go. Just coming out of the village here, coming out of Ballaugh village, on the left hand side here I have a pit board. That's on the first lap, that's the first indication of where you do, how well you're doing in the race. Always great to get a P1 there. And over a Ballacraine jump, so 5th gear jump into 6th gear on towards Quarry Bend section. Again, it's a lovely bit of track, it's dead natural flowing sort of chicane as you approach it now. It goes left, right, but again, mega important to build your speed up. You go left, and you go right, and you go left, and you go right, and then just keep building up, short shift into 5th gear, let the bike just stretch its legs, and then there's a little tiny left kink here onto the Sulby Straight, and then it's into 6th gear, and then just try and relax a bit. You see the light as well, coming under the trees, a lot of strobing along this part of the track, especially in practice when the sun's low. We're flat out now, 190 plus mile an hour. I know it's difficult to get a rest at 190 at them speeds, but you've got to try and relax. I always twiddle my toes and my fingers, just make sure you take some big deep breaths, and then it's back to business, right down into 1st gear for Sulby Bridge. And then a little wheelie off the end of the bridge, past the Ginger Hall pub again. There's a little telegraph pole here, that apex there. Usually telegraph poles and apex, and then now the track changes completely. All of a sudden it's like a motocross track, really, really bumpy. Whoa, oh, we're down. Oh dear. I wish I could get back on that as quick as that after a crash, that'd be cool. But yeah, through the Carramore section, really, really bumpy. It's been the same for years, this part of the track. I mean, it's funny, those races we all moan about bumps on the track, and if there's any bumps anywhere else on the track, we moan like like hell, but this part of the track we just seem to deal with it. But it's again, it's 5th gear, it's 6th gear, it's flat out in top, little left-right kinks. There's a little right kink here and a little wheelie past the council yard on the right hand side. The road just drops away now. You can just sort of just a little blind crest there. Double left is one. That's the first bit. Here's the second bit with a bump in the apex down towards Glen Helen. Getting important to get early on the brakes, get the bike in a good position. Nice late apex. Get on the gas as early as you can towards the conker trees, we call it. Through here again, flat out, mega fast bit. A lot of spectators on the edge of the track there. There's the K on the tree there to tell you there's the curb just about to stick out. Especially for the newcomers, it's quite. They need that K just to know where they are on the track. You're going through a Milltown cottage. There's a cottage there on the left hand side of Milltown. Just resurface that little bit, and then you're back onto a bumpy bit over this jump. As soon as you land, pitch it into the right, wall on the inside of the track there, and then down towards Schoolhouse Corner. Bit of a straight, bit of a rest. Hard on the brakes, back down a couple of gears, and then there's a big dip on the inside on the apex there. Let it run wide a little bit. It's quite tricky on the outside of there. Quite not much grip for some reason. Into the town, slow bit of the track, Parliament Square. Get it parked up, turn it as early as you can, get on the power side as you can. Hate that bit of the track. Lost the 2009 senior TT there and we chain snapped, so hate that bit. But yeah, up through Stallamaris, through May Hill, up towards Whitegates. Dead bumpy bit of the track as well. Quite hard physical, not really my favourite bit of the track, this bit. Left hander up to Stallamaris, uphill right hander taken in 3rd gear, back down to 1st gear for Ramsey Hairpin. Ramsey Hairpin's the second commentary box. There's a box on the track. I always try. Whoa, a bit of a moment there. I always try and take a tear off now because been under the trees, so you get a lot of flies and bugs and stuff on your visor. So try and tear off. Not many places on the track where you want to let go of the handlebars on the superbike because you're normally terrified holding onto them. So tear off, clean vision for your mountain section. So yeah, through the waterworks, up through Tower Bends. So right, left chicane, bit of a bump on the middle of that corner, and then down towards the Gooseneck. Got to be good through here. Always got to look good through here. There's always a lot of spectators, so you can try and style it up around here. You get your knee down a little bit, and then mega uphill now. You don't really realise on the bike. You don't realise how steep it is, but now you let the bike pull 2nd, 3rd, 4th through these. The first kink's quite easy. This first little kink, you do that flat out. The second one, you just feather the throttle a little bit just to help you turn in, and then up towards the famous Joey Dunlop corner, or Joey Dunlop's 26 miles into the track. So there we go, through that right kink, little lay-by on the exit, up 4th gear, 5th gear, up to 6th towards Guthrie's Memorial. This is sort of 3 left-handers taken as well. And there's your first bit, there's the second bit, and that's your 3rd bit. When you get it right, it's a real nice flowing bit of the track. And up towards this little left kink, it's another really important one, nice and smooth. And then sort of, it's an unnamed corner, this right-hander, but you want to be fairly committed through here because you've got a real uphill, long climb up here, the mountain mile. I always have a rest up here. Again, it's one of the fastest, well, there's 3 or 4 bits on the circuit where the bike's maxed out. Up this mountain mile, the bike's absolutely flat out. On the side of the tyre when the gearing changes, you can hear it sort of really, really revving out. So, but again, another time to have a little look at your dials, make sure everything's alright, a few deep breaths. And then as you're coming towards the end of the mountain mile, you've got this lovely 4 left-handers taken as one. This little right kink's quite easy. There's 2 there, and this is the second one, and then this is just a mint corner if you get it right. But it's one of them corners that you sort of miss the first apex, clip the second, miss the third, clip the fourth. If you get it right, you just get a real good buzz and a great feeling through there. But I don't know, the mountains. I always found the mountain a really hard bit of the track to learn. I thought it would be the easiest bit. It's quite smooth. It's fast and flowing, a bit more like a short circuit. But I found it really hard because it always all looks the same. There's no peeling in points. There's no lampposts. There's no walls. And it all looks the same. And a lot of the corners, the apexes you can't see them. So it takes a little bit of learning on the mountain there. That was through the veranda. That's 4 rights taken as one. Again, depending on the wind direction, you can sometimes get sucked into this corner a little bit, and there's been a few accidents here where they've been running out of road, hitting this bank in here because you get a bit of a push with the wind. We're going now towards the Bungalow. over the tram lines again. It's get the bike stopped, get it turned in, get on the gas as early as you can, get the bike up right over the tram lines. I always have, this is where my third pit board is, on the left hand side there. Normally, every other lap I've got a fuel board to remind me to don't forget to come in for fuel, otherwise I'm not going to be going anywhere. But up Halewoods Rise into up into Brandywell section. This is the highest point of the track now. As soon as you go around this second gear left-hander, it's downhill now. So it's funny, all of a sudden your bike feels like a weapon down here. For me, it feels like it's got a lot more power because it's going downhill. So you go through the gears faster and faster. You short shift through the gears. This is a 30-second milestone. 2 left-handers taken as one, like 3. This guy's made it about 4 or 5, but we'll let him off. He's not a TT winner. Down towards Windy Corner. You've opened this bit of the track up years ago when I first started. It was a real tight second gear right-hander, but now it's a third, fourth gear right-hander as well. So super fast down this bit. Mega fast run down towards the 33rd milestone. Min corner there, so it's got a double white line. You have to cross it 3 times as you go in. You sort of cross the line. 2 left-handers, you go over it and back across it and back across it for the 3rd time. And down towards this natural right-left chicane of Keppel Gate. Resurfaced this bit as well, so it's really smooth now and really cool to ride around. And down towards Kate's Cottage, again downhill. Got to be careful on this bit. Bit of a camber on the exit, bit of a negative camber on the exit as that, so it can a little bit of wheel spin out of there. You got to do a wheelie down towards Creg-ny-Baa, 6th gear down to 1st gear, right through the gearbox, get it stopped, and then easy to make a mistake there. You get sucked into it a little bit because you sort of come downhill, really fast approach, and then there's always a lot of people there, so you want to be showing off a bit and sometimes get it a bit wrong, but get it in, get it upright, get on the fat part of the tyre, get on the gas as early as you can, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, right through to, again, one of the fastest bits of the track, 6th gear, flat out towards Brandish Corner. Again, they've made this really fast corner over the years. They changed it a few years ago. It's got a few little up and down undulations in it. So 5th gear into 6th gear down towards Hillberry. A real big uphill section on the way out of it, so you can really pitch the bike in as hard as you can down to 4th gear. Once you hit the apex, be greedy on the throttle, get on the gas as hard as you can, 'cause it's really steep on the exit. 4th gear, 5th gear up towards Cronk-y-Voddy. This is sort of 3 left-handers, but you're going uphill, but as you're going uphill it's going up and down as well, so it's got sort of 2 or 3 undulations in it as you're going up. So it's 3 apexes, 3 undulations, so but you've got to keep it on the left hand side of the track, because if you go on the right hand side there's a negative camber as well. So bit of a road end here into this bedstead. There's a new housing estate there, so when you're going on the exit of that corner, somehow it just seems to be not a lot of grip, whether it's cars dropping fuel or diesel or whatever, so it's a bit of a tricky one on the exit of there. And again, tricky in this bit. This is the Governor's Dip section, never gets used all year, only gets used for the TT, so everything to lose there, nothing to gain. You want to just get down it, get around it safely, especially in the bottom dip section. It's always green, dead slippy, and it can be easy just to throw the race away. But I got out onto the Glen Helen Road, 1st gear, 2nd gear, 3rd gear, right through to 5th gear, and then through the start and finish we're doing 173, 174 mile an hour into 6th gear and down Bray Hill for another lap. Hope you enjoyed that.